Welcome, champs, to the Casuals Turned Heel YouTube channel. My name's Berlin. This is my partner.
What's up? It's Kumar here, and we're here to talk about the triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane at the Royal Rumble 2018 for the Universal Championship. So, what do you think of this match? Really?
Personally, I wasn't really invested in it at the time. I feel like the placement on the card also hurt this match as well. But I also just feel like the match was slow. Like, they had the spots, but I didn't really care. Like, there's the spots we've already saw before. Like, there's nothing we didn't see at some other point this year or last year.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, the crowd was pretty much not. I wouldn't say dead, but they were pretty quiet. They felt. I'm pretty sure they got drained after those two, the first Rumble match, which was very exciting. But also, everyone kind of knew what the outcome was going to be, why Kane was in the match. I felt Braun Strowman had a really good showing. He actually stiffed Lesnar in the face a little too hard, maybe, and got a receipt for it. But uh, it is what it is. We'll start off. Braun looked dominant, throwing both out. Lesnar comes in with the chair and starts wailing on everybody, but Braun knocks the chair out of Lesnar's hand. I'd like to say Lesnar he sold not so much as the wrestling, but he did sell like the facial expressions and the emotions when Braun Strowman was just dominating in the match. I'll give him credit for that.
His expression when Braun pushed the table off and got back up was priceless.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Braun setting up tables and putting Brock through one of them, and then Kane kind of shoving Braun into a table, but not hard enough, so it kind of looked like Braun went through his own table. Maybe a miscommunication there, but
It wasn't a bad match. It just I expected a little bit more because when we went back to SummerSlam and Braun and Brock were in a match, they had a really good fatal four way.
I hesitate to say disappointing. Brock is usually good in these multi-man matches, like you said. That four-way at SummerSlam was really good. The triple threat a couple years ago between him, Rollins, and Cena was excellent. But like I said, I hesitate to use disappointing, but not.
It didn't live up to my expectations.
Yeah. But also, I think another big factor is most people who know they're going towards the Roman versus Brock rematch at WrestleMania. So everyone kind of knew Braun had no chance of winning this title, even though I believe both of us agree that he should be getting a world title run soon.
I did think they were going to pull the trigger when he hit the back-to-back power slams.
Yeah, it looked that way, but it is what it is. Again, one F5 to
Kane.
finish the match. Well, I think Kane took an F5 early in the match, but that was early on, and so another F5 to Kane to finish off.
I think my biggest setback for the match was that, they kicked Braun in the face, and that was enough to keep him from breaking up that final pinfall.
Yeah,
He didn't get put through a table. He was just kicked in the face and backed up a little bit.
well, he didn't get kicked through the face. It looked like Kane was shoved into Braun and he fell off the ringside. So I guess they could tell the story of while Braun was getting up, he got the pin. Because Braun was not pinned and he wasn't involved in the finish. So you can always go back to that and say, hey, look how dominant Braun was, but wasn't involved in the finish. So can you really call that a victory or a loss for Braun?
How many times can we say that about Braun, though? The Fatal 4-Way, that match, he was dominant against Brock in the one-on-one match, and he's just coming up short over and over again right now.
Well, he wasn't even coming up short. Braun wasn't involved in the pinfall, in the four-way, or the triple threat. So those two, to me, don't even count. And then Brock, to me, he only has one clean loss, and that's the Brock Lesnar at No Mercy, I believe, was the pay-per-view.
I'll give you that. I don't like the idea of him being in world title match after world title match and somehow not being involved with the finish or not winning in the end.
I think eventually he'll get his. Maybe Braun's the one that beats Roman for the Universal title down the road. But
I wouldn't mind them revisiting that feud.
Yeah, those two have some pretty good chemistry. So let's look to the future. What's next for Kane? He has that mayor thing coming up. Hope for the best for him. This feels like maybe this was like maybe his last run. I'm not even sure if he's even going to be at WrestleMania.
It kind of sucks to have him come back and then be a part of the show so close to Mania and then maybe not be at Mania.
Yeah, it depends maybe on his schedule or not, because they could easily throw him in the
Memorial
Andre
Battle
Battle
Royal.
Royal. Yeah. Braun looking like maybe feuding with The Miz for the IC title, maybe?
Yeah,
They have some unfinished history.
I see the rumors for that. I just feel like that's a step down for a guy that's been in a few world title matches recently.
I don't know. I don't see it as a step down. I mean, where else is he going to go? The IC title, and finally we'll get an IC Intercontinental Championship one-on-one, hopefully, at WrestleMania. I mean, I would have liked to seen Finn Balor take on The Miz, but Braun Strowman, I feel, can be a good Intercontinental Champion. And when he decides to drop it, I feel they could tell a really good story between Braun and Finn Balor. I know a lot of people won't buy it, and that is a large size difference, but people wanted to see Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor, so why not Braun Strowman versus Finn
I
Balor?
mean, we bought Shawn Michaels beating Diesel.
Yeah, we've seen that. We've seen the Rey Mysterio stories. How many of the bigger guys he's beaten too? So, anything's possible with the right booking. Brock Lesnar going into WrestleMania. Obviously, he has his date with Destiny with Roman Reigns again. They don't have any money in the bank to save them this year, so they better make it good.
Yeah, do you think there's any chance maybe they throw Braun in that and make it a triple threat?
I don't think so. I think we're getting a one-on-one. I think. I mean, if you look back at it, Brock and Roman had a pretty good match. Uh,
Yeah, they told a great
when
story in that match.
Yeah, WrestleMania 31. So the match itself, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it as a match between those two because they had a pretty good one. But I'm also at this point just ready. They've been telling the story for so long. Like the WrestleMania main event for this year was already booked after Roman pinned Undertaker. So at this point, I'm ready for him to get it over with.
Is there any chance that's Brock's last match?
I believe his contract ends at this year's WrestleMania. Not sure because honestly, I don't know where Brock Lesnar goes next after this. He's held WWE and Universal titles. He's beaten the Undertaker. He's beaten anyone that he needs to beat. I don't see, and they've already done the Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. Unless they want to do one final match where Braun gets his win back, I don't see anyone else really that could be a viable threat to Brock Lesnar.
I saw rumors they were gonna match him up with Bobby Lashley, but I
Uh,
don't know if fans remember Bobby enough to throw him into that
we don't
feud.
we don't even know if Bobby Lashley's back with the company yet because Bobby left not on great terms. So we don't even know if that is even a thing. But he's a good draw. Makes the company a lot of money, and in return, he makes a lot of money working with WWE. I don't know if he wants to go back to UFC. I think Brock is pushing 40, I believe, or on the other side of 40, and he still has to serve his suspension from the UFC. He hasn't done that yet. So, I, for me, doubtful he goes back to UFC. He could stay with WWE. He's making easy money, and it's a pretty easy schedule too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have maybe a few less matches later this year, but I think he'll still be here.
Yeah, and they might even do it to where he just wrestles at WrestleMania, or maybe just the Big Four. Because last year we did see Brock in a couple of the B pay-per-views, which was nice to see him. Maybe they could revisit the Samoa Joe feud again. That would have been nice. I love when those two were feuding.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot of matches you can do with Brock that doesn't have to be a world title match anymore.
Yeah, I would Brock Lesnar versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'd still like to see Balor versus Brock Lesnar at some point.
Yeah, maybe a rematch with AJ. So a bunch of matches down the road. So looking like Brock's not done yet. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to see our other reviews for the Royal Rumble for 2018.
We wish you luck in all your future title defenses.